What's going on, folks? I just turned a bunch of lights on inside my garage, so I'm going to try to make this video kind of quickly before I get attacked by a swarm of mosquitoes. This video is the second part to how to catch a redfish instantly, and you're not required to watch that because this video is all about bass jigs and how to use them in saltwater. Should they be used in saltwater? I'll let you know my thoughts and we'll just, get down to the bottom of it. But first, night falls on the jetty. So we did not catch any fish that night, but in the morning we woke up just before sunrise and immediately got to fishing, and this is what happened. I'm gonna get to the bass jig in just 1 second here, but first. All right, 7:30 in the morning. The sun is about to rise here. There's so many birds out here, and there's a lot of bait fish too. But really these birds are just waiting for the predators to push the bait up to the surface. So when those predators show up, it's gonna be game on, boy. Whoa, shoot! Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't see it. Freaking strong though.
Let him run.
Yeah.
That's a red.
I think that's a red?
Yeah.
That must be a giant. Dude, I was just saying these predators about to show up. I've got the drag crank down too. I was just saying there's all these birds out here.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for predators to push the bait up to the surface.
Yeah.
Right as I said that, this one hit.
Yeah, giant turtle. I'm just joking.
Oh, that was mean. That was so mean.
Wave. Damn, that's big. Oh.
Good enough. The hook didn't even straighten at all. Oh, actually, one of the hooks bent out a little bit, but that's still pretty good overall, man. Now back to the theme of this video, which is the legendary bass jig. Now I'll be the first to tell you that I'm not a big bass fisherman, and some may say I have never even caught a bass before, but when I saw these bass jigs in the stores, I said, how would a redfish not hit that lure if it is presented right in front of them very delicately? So right after I caught that jack, a bunch of redfish moved in, and apparently Cooper stole my bass jig out of my tackle box. This was a 1 ouncer, so it was very heavy, and he was just letting it sink to the bottom and then just bumping it along the bottom, which is the best tactic for those redfish at the jetties. And that's when this happened right here. I do apologize in advance for the wind noise. So he can catch them on a bass jig, but can he land them?
Maybe not. Good timing, bro.
Whoa. That's a big one, man. That's too big to boat flip.
Think so?
Just a little bit. Oh! Oh my God!
Look at that, boys.
Heck yeah!
Bass jig in the mouth.
Nice.
What I'm talking about. Breaking his jaw. Fell right out of the mouth.
Oh, this guy. Nice. All right, man. So bass jigs work at the jetties, but do they work for redfish and trout in the bays, inshore, which is the type of fishing that so many people do? There's only one way to find out. All right, here's gonna be a redfish on a bass jig. That's a good way to start off the morning. Good sized red there. Alright, that's probably a 24, 25 incher there. I didn't think he was that big when I just saw him in the water like this. Honestly, it is pretty crazy that redfish didn't spook at all and still went for the bait after all that. I probably casted at it about 3 times. And what makes it even more crazy is that it was slick calm on the water that day because there was just no wind. And normally in a scenario like that, they'll spook from so far away, but I will take it, man. Get out the bass jig. And I hope this is not another mullet, because sometimes they do their redfish impressions. I want to make sure they're reds before I cast at them. There we go. Oh, sure enough. So they kind of saw me, but who cares, right? It's feeding time. Why do you have to go on that side of me? Gosh, I got the drag a little bit too tight on here. I actually didn't think that was a redfish. Prove me wrong. Thank you. There you go. Redfish on a bass jig. And he actually foul hooked it. Yeah, he's actually foul hooked. You don't see that too much with reds, but it's probably about 22 or 23 inches. I'm just guessing, but nice redfish for sure. See ya, buddy. Still got a scale on it. I mean, I've caught a few fish on it now. It's working really good. And I have this little pink and green thing on here. I guess you'd call that a trailer. And I'm gonna say this again, but I'm surprised that redfish didn't spook either. I may be wrong, but the bass jigs seem to land in the water very softly, because so many times you cast at a red, even if you don't cast close to them, they'll feel that pressure from the bait hitting the water and they instantly take off. But my theory is that bass jigs land in the water very softly. So that is another part of their acumen and just another possible advantage to them. Alright, I'm about to watch this next one right now. Dude, I basically threw the lure straight into its mouth right there. I mean, he almost jumped out of the water to hit that lure. There's actually one frame on there that I think you can see its mouth opening underwater, which is pretty crazy. Alright, let's watch that one more time. It's like playing catch, man. That's crazy. I didn't realize at the time how cool it was, like when I was just in the moment, but I mean, it's like just playing catch with a fish or something. Throw it and the fish caught it. Like, that was pretty cool. Are you kidding me? And now we have the effortless clip of landing the redfish, which I did not film 5 times in a row trying to land that fish. Redfish on a bass jig. Probably tighten that drag up a little bit. Got the tourist drag on right now. Oh my goodness. Get my bokas on this one. I'm trying not to make a hole in the lip there. I don't know if it hurts them necessarily. They probably don't have nerves here, but I like to leave them without a piercing if I can. Get out of here, guy. See you later. So I think the overall impression for me is that it is a weapon to have in your arsenal for sure. I think I caught about 7 reds on that exact same lure, and the hook's never bent out, and it was losing a little bit of its skirt, but I mean the main problem I had was it rusted after a little while, and that might have been because I wasn't keeping up with it that well and spraying it off afterwards, but I think they are not actually rated for saltwater. But I mean, I got my money's worth out of that hook for sure. And the fact that it didn't bend out after that many redfish is a pretty good vote of confidence. But overall, this worked in the jetties, or at the jetties, this worked in the bay. And I actually always carry one of these in my tackle box now, just for situational times when there might be floating grass, which I didn't even mention in this video, but it has a weed guard on it. So that is actually a huge advantage, because we're dealing with floating and suspended grass all the time in the bays here. Just to prove it to you guys that I actually do carry one of these around, I will show you right now. Alright, here is my trout and redfish box, basically inshore box. And here is a new bass jig, man. It's a 1/4 ounce. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have ever used any other bass lures, and especially bass jig or any other kind of weird things on redfish, trout, and basically just saltwater fish. I'd love to know. And thank you all for watching. Like the video and subscribe and comment, please. All right. Dang, I need to catch a bass.